Asa, I am all yours. Your child is anxious to be born, Gabriel. You can't stay here any longer. You must move to Buenos Aires at once.
No, Estelle, I'm staying here.
Here, in this jungle? No, my dear. At least you can move closer to the city. You must, for your baby's sake.
But I have everything I need here, and I have you to help me when the time comes.
I have helped deliver many, many babies, but sometimes there are complications. And it is vital a doctor or a hospital nearby.
But I have such faith in you.
Faith is beautiful, but so is common sense. There is only one road leading here. You are close to term, and the rainy season is just as close. If the two come together at the same time...
But I can't go back to the city, Estelle.
But why? Your family is there. They can help you.
Oh, my family do. Make me feel more ashamed.
I know your grandmother. She is a kind and a decent woman.
She's the only one. If the other members of my family find out about my baby, they'll send it away to a state orphanage.
Now, do you intend to raise your baby alone?
No, I'm not that selfish. But I must find a family that I know my baby will be raised with love. And until that happens, I'm staying here.
Gabriel.
Oh, Juan, you brought more firewood. Bless you.
I bring more than wood for the fire, Gabriel.
Oh, it's all right. Estella's my midwife. I have no secrets from her.
I met a native from an Indian settlement downriver. He knows something. Something you may wish to see yourself.
Is it?
It is possible.
Well, you must take me there right now.
Wait. The Indian camp is a difficult journey from here.
No, Gabriel, you cannot go. Not in this condition.
I have to go. I must go.
The way is hard. But if I'm right, it will be worth the effort.
Still not here. I thought for sure by the time we came down from your room that it'd be here.
Oh, I don't know. It sounds like true love to me.
Yeah, it sure does.
Oh, well, he said his photo assignment might run late. What do you say we have a drink? Oh, yeah, that sounds good to me. Oh, excuse me, sir. We'll take those two. And why don't we enjoy these sitting down? I've had enough mingling with all these fun people.
Oh, yes, not exactly a hip crowd.
Well, you know. Well, I think the crowd just got a little hipper. There's Max.
Evening. Glad to see you could make it.
Uh-huh. Well, you know, we were just sitting around feeling very bored, and then you walked in.
I'm supposed to meet my brother here with two lovely ladies. I don't suppose you've seen them?
Oh, afraid not.
Guess I better hunt them down. Take it easy.
Oh, well, I guess I really knocked his socks off, didn't I?
Okay. Nice to see you.
Talk to you all later.
Okay. Bye-bye. Hi, see you.
Well, Lee, I tell you, it's been so long since I made my first million, I hardly remember, but if you want to talk about my last million, I'll give you a load of details.
Well, since I'm still working on my first, I think I will listen to rapt attention to everything.
Honey, I think you're going to do all right on your own. Unlike my ex-wife, who only thinks she knows something about business.
I only hope that running the hotel's as much fun as having this party has been. Sorry, we have to run. It's all right.
We had a great time, and I'm going to be sure to tell all our out-of-town friends about your plan.
Well, that'd be wonderful. Hope to see you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Sorry, late.
Pete, where have you been?
Oh, tied up. Well, now this party will really come to life. The new police commissioner's here.
Mary Lynn?
Dad, you frightened me.
Oh, I'm sorry, kitten.
I thought you were in bed, but since you're not...
No, honey, you must have come down for some reason. Huh?
to get a glass of water. But I can live
I
without
said, well,
it.
now that you're here, we could talk, huh?
I don't want to talk.
Well, you won't be talking to the fool that yelled at you earlier. Your somewhat sane father has returned. We're going to have to discuss this eventually, huh?
Do you have an explanation?
No, not really. I don't.
I still can't believe you acted that way with Rick. You know, it scares me to even think about it.
I know. Sit down, please. I want you to know how sorry I am.
Do you think to say I'm sorry is going to make up for throwing someone I love out the way you did? You shoved him around as if he were a rapist, as if he were doing something wrong.
All right, I did something wrong. I'm sorry my behavior was inexcusable. But I am human. I make mistakes, too. Please, give me a chance to explain.
What's his name, Asa?
If he don't kneel, and that's enough of that subject.
I turned him down because you told me he was trouble. Hey, you never listened to me before. Why start now? Well, he just seemed to be coming on a little strong without knowing the first thing about me. Well, I'm not surprised. He's on the rebound. Well, now, why didn't you tell me that when you were listing all his other undesirable qualities? Look, it's not like he's such a horrible person. He just is always on the make, and I don't mean just sexually. I mean in life. So who threw him over? Well, it wasn't really like that. The woman died. Oh, how awful. Well, she was young, obviously. What happened? You know what, Denny? I really don't want to talk about it. She was a good friend? No, not at all. Well, I'm sorry, Katie. It's just that with your hesitation, my curiosity is growing. Okay, if you insist. She was Cord's wife, Tina. Remember I told you that he was married briefly? Well, she died recently in Argentina. It was very tragic. She went over the Iguazu Falls. Well, now, wait a second. You told me you and Cord were in Argentina not too long ago. Does all this connect? Yes. It's very complicated. Max fell in love with her and persuaded her to go to Buenos Aires with him, but she was pregnant with Cord's baby, only Cord didn't know it. Okay. Speaking of rebound, Cord had left her before the pregnancy. Cindy, I really don't want to talk about this. Cord and I have moved on with our lives. Max, unfortunately, is still stuck at the Iguazu Falls. What was Tina like? Attractive, but very needy and complex. I think Cord loved her very much until he found out how manipulative and deceitful she was. Did Max know she was pregnant? Yes, but he was willing to marry her and raise the child as his own. I think, however, if she had lived, Cord would have taken care of them both. And where would that have left you?
Hello, Max. Steve, where you been?
Jeez, whoa.
Showing the ladies my handiwork. Holly, meet my brother Max.
Hello, Max.
How do you do?
And this is Maddie.
Nice to meet you, Max.
My pleasure, I'm sure.
You know, I wasn't looking forward to this evening, but I gotta admit, I was all wrong. Great. Let's go get a bite to eat.
Well, you have to admit, he is kind of cute. So is his brother, for that matter.
You mean you're worrying too much about Vicky?
Not exactly. Maybe I'm worried too much about myself.
You mean about holding back?
Well, it's like what we were discussing before Vicky came home from the hospital, Larry. Maybe it's even worse. She's acting as if nothing happened. At least she's trying to act as if nothing happened.
Because she wishes nothing had happened.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, we both know how good she is at forgetting. I didn't mean that.
That's all right. Come on, Clint. That's something you feel inside. That's got to come out. Besides, she did forget. She forgot you, your devotion, your marriage.
Yes, but Larry, when I look at her, I see the woman I remember, and I see her devotion. I also see her anxiety that I'm not responding like I used to.
Do you see her understanding?
She's not pushing me, but she's expecting. It's pretty funny, isn't it, for a guy that used to go to bed every night hoping and praying that life would get back to normal. And now supposedly it has gotten back to normal, and I'm not accepting it or believing it.
That's nothing to beat yourself over.
Well, maybe you wouldn't say that if you knew all of it. We came home tonight and went upstairs, and Vicky got ready for bed. And she was very warm and seductive.
Am I supposed to be shocked by this?
I don't know. But it never happened to me before. We've, not being interested, we've always had a good love life, a very good love life.
You will again, Clint. You just have to be patient.
Yeah, well, that hasn't been working, Larry. I tried telling myself that for the last hour while I've been wearing a hole in the carpet down here, and it's not working. And I'm probably just going to end up taking it all out on you and blaming you for it. Now, aren't you just tickled to death that you stopped by tonight?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am. Because, my friend, I have the perfect prescription for your condition.
Really?
Yeah.
Name it.
Tomorrow morning, you get up, you pack up, and you get out. And you leave your problems behind you.
Leave Vicky?
And don't forget to join us in the restaurant one night for an excellent dinner.
It's been lovely.
Oh, pleasure. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Any chance that that is the last of the partygoers?
I'm beginning to think that success is beginning to spoil romance.
Yes, it is, but we can correct that tonight, darling.
Well, good, because I'm in an excellent mood. I have had nothing but compliments all night long.
That's because you and this place are stunning.
Well, thank you. That happens to be the nicest compliment I've had so far.
What are you, radar? I'm sorry. I thought it'd be impolite not to introduce a visiting dignitary to the new police commissioner. Lee Halpern, Pete O'Neill, Pete Lee.
Hello, Commissioner.
Pete will do nice.
Miss Halpern happens to be a guest here, but she's also thinking about opening a branch for a new firm here in Landview.
Oh, really? What kind of firm is that?
Well, it's called Diner Women, and we specialize in female business consultants, and they are very bright and very capable.
Patterned after their CEO, no doubt.
Oh, Petey, you whipping the force into shape, teaching the boys in blue new techniques about solving crimes. Lord knows they need all the help they can get.
Ace, the men and women of the Landview Police Department are very capable. They could just get some help from some of the citizens around here.
Really, with other citizens of this town, we're a pretty good bunch of people.
Oh, Ace, I'm too tired to have this ridiculous conversation with you. No offense, Lee.
No, none taken. Excuse us. Well, seems like you and Pete O'Neill are real chummy.
When is that woman going to come to her senses? Damn.
You want her back, don't you?
I used to think that, and at least until I just met you.
Oh, Asa. I have to tell you that it's been about, 20 years since I fell off the turnip truck.
Come on, Lee, let's go out and get a breath of spring air.
All right. Explain it.
I overreacted, of course.
Go on.
Honey, I'm just not used to you being grown up and having a boyfriend. When I came through that door and I saw you here together.
Oh, you could have been surprised, even shocked. You could have been annoyed or angry. But, Dad, you went into a rage. I'll probably never see Rick again. God knows if I were him, I wouldn't call or dare come over.
Well, I'll apologize, just as I'm apologizing to you, honey.
It was so unlike you. I've never seen you that way. or even suspected you could be that way. And you know something? It makes me think there's a deeper reason for it, something that you won't tell me.
Well, it seems I've failed at being both father and mother to you, and I've also failed in preparing you for womanhood. The first fright I had in that direction was when I discovered that you were one of Mitch Lawrence's disciples.
Are you going to hold that Miss Lawrence business over me for the rest of my life?
Clint, for months now, Landfair has been like a bunker to you. You're exhausted, man. You need a break. You need a vacation. Let Vicky become reacquainted with her kids. Let her assume some responsibility around her. You go off, ride a horse, wrestle a steer, whatever you kickers do for fun. All right? Now, does that sound like fun or what?
Yes, it sounds too good to be true. I could punch you for bringing it up. I can't do it.
Why? Vicky's not stopping you.
Vicky just got home from the hospital, Larry. If I went flying off now, she'd be hurt, she'd be anxious, she'd be worried. I hope. Is that it? Is that it? Am I looking for some kind of proof?
Huh? You see, it's that kind of psychological babble running around in your head that's got you so confused. When I told you the other day, you got to go with your feelings, right? You're not doing it. What you're doing is you're trapped. You're trapped into how you should feel, how you should be acting, right? Okay, so pick up the phone, make a plane reservation.
You're telling me I run away from my problems.
And there is no problem, but you can't see that. That's why you need to take a breather.
So I fell madly in love with Paris, but Holly was gaga over Rome.
Any Parisian or Roman men influence those decisions?
How'd you guess?
Well, come on. You two ladies wouldn't go unnoticed in any world capital. Right, Max?
Huh?
I can see you're not quite interested in this conversation. Boy, we're sounding like a travel log.
No, really, I'm just a little distracted. Steve, what's the waiter's name? Mort. Hey, Mort. You think we could get a little more of Pam's house champagne here, please? Sure. Steve, what time's cutoff here?
15 minutes.
I work at it, by then I could be the life of the party. So, you were talking about Europe, right? Before I drifted off?
Yeah? Have you ever been over there?
Nope. Been to South America. Argentina, to be exact.
Oh, really? Tell me about it. Buenos Aires. Hot there, I'm told.
Oh, I found it hot, all right. Hotter than you can handle. I really don't want to talk about it, okay? Oh, jeez. You know, I don't know what I'm saying here. Look, it's nothing personal.
My brother is usually so on, I can't get a word in edgewise. Maybe we should take his temperature.
Just don't give him a breathalyzer.
Hey, Max Holden knows when to quit drinking. Or at least he did before.
I was stopped by a trooper once on the way home from a party. I mean, I try not to drink and drive. Believe me, it was not worth it.
Here. A bunch of flowers. Now, nobody can cry looking at flowers.
Who are you?
Like I said, Max.
I don't mean your name. I mean, where do you come from and why are you always around whenever I'm crying?
Maybe your fairy godmother sent me.
Yes, look, you're really very nice. And you were a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But, I have to say no.
That is a very pretty ring.
Max, did you hear me?
Sure. You're a married woman. You can't just rush into these...
Look, read my lips, all right? I love chords. Do you understand it? I am not attracted to you at all.
Look me in the eye and say that again.
All right, fine, okay? You're very attractive, all right?
That's better.
Okay, but that is no reason to run off to South America, okay? And besides, you remind me too much of my husband. Well, somewhere deep inside of me, I must believe that, or else I would not have done this very crazy thing here.
Now,
And you know what? I also think that somebody up above must not hate me, or else I would not have put you into my life to help cheer me up.
So, Anyone interested in going dancing at Elmo's?
Damn. I'm sorry. I seem to be losing it here.
Holly only asked if we wanted to go dancing.
No would be sufficient.
Actually, I could really go in for a good poker game. How's that sound?
No takers, brother.
Fine. I'd love to go dancing.
Don't you find consulting boring after the stock market?
Oh, Kate, it was blessedly boring. I mean, I was heading for Wall Street burnout at 100 miles an hour.
Kate, you gonna snub your future grandfather-in-law all evening?
Oh, well, you've been busy. So, this is your best friend, Cindy.
Oh, yes, Kate, this is Lee Halford, my boss.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Well, did Cindy tell you that I'm checking out your town for a possible business day?
Oh, Lee, we've been busy catching up.
How you doing, Cindy?
Oh, I see you two have met.
Yes. But listen, I meant to ask you, are you the Asa Buchanan, as in Buchanan Enterprises?
Yes, I am, pretty lady.
You know, I've been wheeling and dealing your stocks on the stock market. You know, and I've watched how you played it breathlessly.
You think you could learn a little something from me, Lee?
Count on it. I'd like to hit the powder room before we got Elmo's.
Oh, you two ladies don't need any repairing. You couldn't look any lovelier.
Nevertheless, we'll be back.
I don't believe I said that. I'm looking like a fool.
Yeah, well, either you're trying too hard or you're on another planet.
I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to get it in gear. I don't know. Maybe I should.
You should just cut out before they get back.
Sounds like a good idea to
Because
me.
you'd rather play fast and very loose with your bucks at a poker game.
What'd you do? Take a perceptive pill or something?
You always get a little reckless when you get depressed.
Yeah, well, they got this killer game going on over at the Backstreet Bar.
When did that open?
It's not. Whoever the owner is, he's got some games going there.
Maybe the cops will raid it and make you night.
Steve, will you just get off my case? Look, for some reason, I got Tina on my mind again, and it hurts as bad as it did when I first lost her, all right? Look, you just tell Holly I'm sorry, all right? Maybe some other time.
Yeah, she'll be thrilled to hear it. Max, I'm sorry you're hurting.
Oh, thank God, a place to sit down.
Trip make no sense, Gabrielle. I wish I did not agree to bring you here.
If you hadn't brought me, I would have found someone else. Could I have a sip of your water, please? Oh, I think my baby's wearing horseshoes.
I have 6 children of my own. Each one give my wife a hard time. But when your baby is born, it will not matter. You will not mind the pain.
So you're going to go to the tribe and find out if the rumor about the American woman is true?
Yes. But I hate to leave you here overnight.
Oh, I'll be fine. I'm just worn out, that's all. Please find out what you can.
She must be very important, this woman. You risk much making this journey in the jungle.
But I did it, didn't I? I must know if it's the same American woman who went over the falls a few months ago.
All right. I will go to the village. But Gabrielle, as you know, Iguazu Falls almost always kills.
Listen, you try and help me find Tina, and I promise you I'll help you with your father. I'll make any arrangements and all that sort of thing.
I don't need your help. If it weren't for you in the first place coming here, none of this would have happened. Making friends with Don Alonzo and shaming me.
It's in the past. There's nothing we can do about it now, but Tina is in danger right this very minute. Damn it, Gabrielle! Where could Jamie be hiding a boat?
Oh, right, I'll tell you just to get rid of you. Go around the back, go west on the footpath. Then you'll get to a landing.
Thank you. I just hope Cord and Kate found Tina first. Oh, if Cord doubles back, tell him I'm at the boat landing.
But Jamie wouldn't have known about it unless my But they didn't find her. They couldn't. Why am I here?
No, I'm not going to hold the Mitch Lawrence business over your head.
And why did you bring it up?
To remind you that you came very close to very serious trouble once.
Yes, once in my entire life, and even then I didn't let him. And for your information, I told Rick all about the mission and Mitch and how he almost seduced me. Rick has been very sensitive toward me because of that.
I see. In other words, what you're saying is he's more sensitive than your father, right?
That's right.
Mary Lynn, let me ask you something. Are your friend's parents as cruel as I am?
Some of them are cruel. Some of them embarrass their children constantly, or don't try to understand them or love them. I'm sorry, but forcing me to make comparisons can't make me forget.
Honey, I'm trying every way I know how to say I'm sorry. I was wrong. I behaved badly. It was due to a father's paranoia, that's all. Look, I'll talk to Rick. I'll go and see him. If he's the kind of fellow you say he is, he'll understand. He won't end your relationship. Well, I'll even make it very clear to him he's welcome to visit you here.
I might not be as mad as I was, but I don't think there's anything to smile about. Good night.
I love you, kitten.
That wasn't love tonight, Dad. It sounded more like panic.
There's something wrong with this, Lee. I mean, I should be taking you to your door upstairs, not you walking me out the door down here.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
Why? You don't like to be escorted up?
Ah, where you can gently cajole me into a nightcap in the privacy of my suite.
Something wrong with that?
I've had a delightful evening with you, Asa Buchanan, but I have to curl up in bed now with some paperwork.
There's no way I could curl up and help you, right?
Why? So you can slip it to your ex-wife tomorrow? Maybe cause a little pang of jealousy?
If you don't make $1 million in the consultant business, I'll tell you, honey, it's not going to be because you don't know men. How about dinner soon?
Well, I'll be traveling back and forth to New York quite a bit, so...
Well, I'll tell you, when you get back and you're free, we'll do it.
I'd love to. Sleep well, Asa.
I'll tell you something, Lee. I may forget Pamela sooner than I thought.
Yes, and I'm pleased that you're pleased with your suite, Mr. Bonner. I hope you'll come back again.
Oh, I wouldn't stay anywhere else. Great party.
Yes.
Take care of yourself, Mr. Bonner.
Good night.
Thank you.
Listen, even Asa has left. Any chance we can jump ship now?
You know, Pete, you are being impossibly impatient tonight.
Oh, Pam, come on. I had to play politics all day long. I mean, it makes it doubly impossible to do it tonight.
I know, but this is public relations. I have to do it.
You're right. I'm being very selfish. I should let you just bask in the praise until the sun comes up.
I don't think my feet are going to last till maybe midnight, so you happen to be in. Like we said, plus the guests are gone.
Let me ask you something. That woman that Asa introduced us to, Lee?
Oh, remember seeing that girl that was with Kate all night?
Yeah.
Cindy? Don't you ask her. She works for Lee. And she's also Kate's best friend from college.
How do you feel seeing her on Asa's arm?
Oh, grateful.
Really?
Pete, am I going to have to keep telling you? Asa Buchanan doesn't do anything.
The reason I'm having an insecurity attack is that you're spending more time with electricians and plumbers than you do with me.
Over. Believe me, the drought is over. Now, come on. Why don't we just pop into the restaurant and see if there are any hors d'oeuvres left? I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day, okay?
Bravo, madame.
Thank you.
Hey, guys. sort of lost the mood to disco. Why don't you two go on and I'll grab a cab?
Look, I told you, please, don't take my brother's behavior personally.
It's okay. I understand about carrying a torch. Only he shouldn't make a date if he's not up to it.
Okay, look, I'm going to be honest with you because I can see that you're both feeling a little bit rejected. The truth is that my brother was very, very much in love with a woman who died suddenly, tragically, in an accident. So he tends to be either sunk in depression or a little on the manic side. And tonight he just couldn't decide which one to be.
I feel for him. Listen, when he's feeling a little better about life and women, why don't we do it again?
Yeah, and I'm feeling a little wiped out myself. I think I'll hop a cab with Holly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you will. Good night, and thanks for coming.
Good night.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hi. Yeah, so Max, take a powder. What happened?
Yeah, well, he was feeling a little down, so he decided to go get some action. Had a poker game in a bar.
What? Does he know the people he's playing with?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I hope he's fast on his feet.
What do you mean, Lee?
Steve, high-stakes backroom poker? Your brother may be in over his head.
Yeah, and what's worse is he may not care.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about a trusting fella who helped bring his wife back from Nicky Smith and then thought that his life and marriage was going to be all peaches and cream forever and ever.
Are you kidding? I feel sensational.
You want to be really decadent and order a breakfast in bed?
But I want to call the children first, please. I want to hear their voices. I want to tell them I love them and that I miss them and that we'll never be separated again.
Why don't you tell him he'll be home tonight?
Yeah, I guess I have to. There's still so much that I don't know that I have to know before I can go home. Everything about our friends and our family. I could be on the moon for 6 months.
I know.
And Tina, I'm so afraid of what I'm going to find out about her.
Forget about Tina. Let's just savor our being together again.
How long does forever last, Larry? You know what? I do need a vacation. Your theory makes a lot of sense. I've got to stop thinking about Vicky and start thinking about myself.
That's right, healthiest thing in the world. You got to get out of here for a while.
And I'm saying that. Has anyone ever called you a genius?
All the time.
Well, I agree with him. And you know what? I'm going out there for R&R. I'm not escaping.
No, you're using the space to charge up the batteries.
Yeah, well, I feel better already just having made the decision. You got a home?
Yeah?
Well, why don't you go to it so I can get some sleep?
I can't take any more of this excitement. What do you say we call it a night? Fine with me. And I'm sure you want to get back to court so you can be in bed waiting for him. Not exactly. Cindy Cord and I aren't lovers. You aren't? Oh, does that seem strange? Yes. Well, I know. It's just that first he was married, and then there was Tina's death to deal with, and there was a lot of grief. And then we decided to get married, and it only seemed right to commit ourselves physically on the night that we commit ourselves legally. Oh, that's very romantic, Katie. And I think it's lovely. So do we. Listen, I meant to ask you about your boss. What about her? Do you like her? Pretty much. Why do you ask? She just, seems a little cold and calculating. Like you could know her forever without really knowing her. You hit it. You know, there's a lot of things I don't know about her or understand. She's bright, ambitious, and she has an ability to read people that just is uncanny. Yeah, without you getting to know anything about her, right? And how come she knows so much about backroom poker games?
Wouldn't surprise me if she'd been to a few.
Max.
See you.
Beat it straight?
Can't beat anything tonight. Lady Luck left you at the door, pal.
Left me months ago. My deal, Jack's a better.
Hey, Mahoney, whatever happened to that redhead out of Vegas? You never talk about her anymore.
What do you think happened? She found another high roller with more butts to blow than me. All redheads are like that, didn't you know?
That's because I love money. I do love money, you know, like some people they love horses, or they love to work, or they love chocolate. I love money.
Richards?
Yeah, Otto.
I'm in.
Horatio. Call.
One.
I'll take two.
Two.
You got it.
Why not?
It's the Spirit Boys. Come on. 500. Raise. I'll call you.
No way.
But Lady Luck came back my way.
Afraid not, Holden.
What do you guys take me for? I've been catching your signals.
You better back down from that cowboy, or you're never going to see Lady Luck again.
Yeah, but listen, I have some very valuable information. Like the fact that Pamela Buchanan does not know what she is doing here.
Well, what are you talking about? I think the renovation looks fabulous.
No, I'm not talking about the renovation. I am talking about the actual running of the business. She's an amateur. Out to prove to her ex-husband that she can tackle anything and succeed.
Well, so maybe she can.
Yeah, and maybe she can't. Look, the fact is this hotel is a perfect opportunity for Dinah women, so I want you to get a job here.
Well, Lee, wait a second.
No, Cindy, this is your new assignment.
Lee, I have a job and a life in New York.
Look, it is not forever. In fact, it may not take too long for Pamela to decide that she has to sell out. And very cheaply. And that is the absolute last guest I have to say goodnight to. I'm all yours, Pete.
I wish that were true.
And what would you do if it were?
Oh, I'd buy a big old house with a white picket fence around it.
And how I feel about that. I didn't even say goodnight to Steve tonight. I wanted to say thank you again.
Guess he'll be looking for a job as of tomorrow morning, huh?
Yeah, there's something else in mind for him.
Like what?
Like a permanent position here. I really have come to depend on him an awful lot. He's very reliable. Well, we can talk about that tomorrow, huh?
Yes. So tell me, did Vicky and Clint show up?
Yes, as a matter of fact, they did. Becky, she looked absolutely beautiful. She must have been tired and left early.
Clint seemed happy?
Yeah, I guess so. Why?
I don't know. He's just been through so much lately, I wouldn't blame him if he was a little shell-shocked.
Well, if he is, he'll have to get over it. So, you would like me to stay home and be a housewife?
Oh, come on, I'm happy you're working.
No, but you would like me to be there with open arms,
Such lovely arms they are, too.
Come here.
Carriage awaits. I'll tell you what. If you get nervous or anything, you call me. I'll make sure I check up on Vicky every day. Right. I'm going to treat myself to a much-needed break. Get myself some R&R, and then Vicky and I will resume our loving relationship. Larry, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your friendship and your advice.
I'll call you tomorrow. I want to find out that you're gone. You're out of here.
You got it. Thanks, Larry.
Okay. Look, I don't want to fight. Just give me back what I lost, and I'll get out of here.
Buddy, you lost fair and square.
If I thought that, I wouldn't ask for anything.
He said you lost fair and square.
And I say he's lying. Hey, look, guys, I don't want to hurt you, all right?
I'm real serious. You get 10 seconds to apologize.
I want my money back. All right, now let's get out of here before they come
Oh, God. Oh, I needed that fight. She's so good now.
Juan?
See. I find no sign of the American woman.
Oh, disappointed.
Everyone denied a rumor is true. Except for one Indian who seemed troubled by my questions.
That he wouldn't talk.
No, he walked away.
Oh, so we still don't know anything, do we?
It's probably only a rumor, Gabrielle. Or maybe she was found and died, and so they do not want to tell anybody. We should go back in the morning.
Who is there? Milk. I belong to tribe. You speak to me?
This is the Indian I was telling you about.
Senor, I could say nothing in front of others. But I know where there is a white woman staying in jungle.
And this is the prisoner's lounge.
Whoa, what a cheery room this is.
I mean, really, Charles, what would a couple of coats of paint cost?
Not very much in here.
Comfortable chairs, couch.
Oh, wait a minute. Now you're going to coddle the prisoners. I just thought I'd say that before Virginia Cartwright does.
Ooh, really, what does that woman know about prison reform?
Not very much, I'm afraid. You know, Dorian, I find it hard to imagine you ever having to be in here around these circumstances.
I was scared to death, too, till I made friends with some of the prisoners. Odd as it may sound, I actually have some fond memories of this place.
Well, maybe when they give them a break and they're allowed to come in here, they're going to be thrilled to see you, I'll bet.
I hope so. That's why I had Virginia and Malcolm go on that tour with Warden Perkins by themselves. Besides which, I hardly need a tour of the women's facility at Statesville Prison, do I?
I shouldn't think so.
What about you? You thinking of popping over to the men's side and visiting your son? Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Actually, I was wrestling with the idea, but I don't think so.
You needn't feel guilty. It's not as if Jamie's dying to see you. It's ironic, isn't it? Both of us are estranged from our children. Jamie and Kathy betrayed us both.
There you go. Thank you.
How you feeling, brother? I got a couple of ribs that I wish they'd stayed home last night. You?
Ribs, eye, my one and only head, not to mention my knuckles. But the rest of me feels victorious.
Yeah, not stupid, even in the light of day.
Well, what's that mean?
Nothing. Forget it.
Come on, Stevie. Well, all right, we got knocked around a little bit last night, but you gotta admit, it was like old times in Texas, huh? You and me standing up for one another? Remember that time we took on the Olsen brothers? If that beat wasn't bad enough when we got home and Dad took that switch to our behinds for tearing up our clothes. Oh, boy.
The thing is, we are not kids anymore, Max. But only one of us seems to have a grasp on that fact.
You know, know, as long as you two have known each other, I find it amazing that I have met your grandmother yet, Kay.
Well, maybe that's for the best, Maria. Don't get me wrong, I adore my grandmother, but she is of a generation and a school of thought that has either never been known or has long since been forgotten.
Yes, well, Court has already warned me that I may run into a certain inborn prejudice.
Yeah, I think in her heart of hearts, my grandmother would prefer that her half-Jewish granddaughter not marry a half-Mexican man.
Well, at least she didn't fight the idea of us getting together as much as she could have. And I think everything will go very smoothly today, Ma, if you and I can just keep a level head on our shoulders.
Don't worry, we'll be fine.
Good morning, Graham.
Kate, dear, Cordelia.
Sanders, how you
and
doing?
Obviously, you are Maria Roberts.
Yes, I am. Please, sit down.
Thank you.
Well, I am so glad to finally meet you, Mrs. Sanders.
And you too, my dear. And may I say, it's obvious where your son gets his handsome look.
Well, thank you.
Let's get down to business, shall we?
Fawn,
Buenos dias, Gabriela.
did you not find her?
Oh,
Oh, well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, there isn't an American woman in this jungle.
there is one more village. Mio talked with a tribe elder who said she might be staying with the Indian healers.
Oh, that makes sense. And if she made it over at the falls, then she's bound to be hurt seriously. Did anyone else see her, or is it just another rumor?
No, Mio saw an American woman with his own eyes. Tell her, Mio. Communication between you and Cassie?
There could be if I wanted it, which I do not.
Dorian, I lost communication with Jamie, well, because of what he became, a sociopathic killer. But you and Cassie, you can salvage that relationship.
Maybe you're right. We'll see in about 25 years. In the meantime... Oh, Virginia and Malcolm. Where's Warden Burton?
He had business to attend to. We'll see him later.
You have a nice tour?
Eye-opening?
I want a hot bath. I feel contaminated.
You know, they have no bathtubs here, just showers, public showers, so nobody ever gets any privacy. Can you imagine what it's like living that way?
Well, yes. But these people are used to it, aren't they? I mean, they lived like that, didn't they, before arriving here?
Are you perhaps referring to the fact that some of these people did grow up in impoverished circumstances? Yes, that is true. But it doesn't mean that they like it or that they were used to it, or else they certainly wouldn't have turned to a life of crime.
But some of them are just greedy and they don't care about anyone else. I mean, frankly, I think...
Malcolm, I am not saying that nobody belongs in prison. It's just that prison should be run more like rehabilitation